Hello everyone, my name is Ben. How are you guys doing today? What I have for you today in this video is I'm going to talk about what GameStop is currently doing. So, you guys know about GameStop. You can take your old console, trade it in for a brand new console. So, these days you have the Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and then the Wii U, and then you can take your previous Wii, Xbox 360, PS3, and then trade those in to get the newer consoles. Now, I'm not sure if they still do the trade-ins for the PS2 original Xbox and the Nintendo GameCube, and I think they still do for those consoles, but in terms of the older ones, probably not. However, that is going to change, because on April 25th, they're going to start taking trade-ins for old consoles. And when I say old consoles, I'm talking about like the NES, the Nintendo 64, Super Nintendo, SEGA Genesis, SEGA Dreamcast. GameStop will be taking those consoles as trade-in. And then they're going to keep those consoles at some sort of warehouse in New York and Birmingham. Basically run those consoles through inspections and make the necessary repairs before they start hitting the market once again. Now, GameStop is doing this to increase its library in terms of merchandise, because you have the newer consoles, and then I believe you still have the last-gen consoles brand new at GameStop. But if you want to get these consoles, keep in mind they are going to be used. However, they're going to sell it as refurbished, apparently, because they're trying to bring it to a refurbished site and have them repaired before they start going out to people again. Now, the reason why GameStop is doing this is because a lot of people value retro gaming, and they basically want to play their old games again. I don't know what games were released back then, except for the Mario Party games that I do know of for the Nintendo 64. But as far as the SEGA Dreamcast, the only games that I know were some of the Sonic games that were on the Nintendo GameCube, which I do have, and relatives of mine do have, like Sonic Adventure 2 Battle and Sonic Adventure DX. There was another one. I can't recall all of them that were on the GameCube and the Dreamcast. As far as SEGA Genesis is concerned, I'm not 100% sure what games I know that are on the SEGA Genesis. Until I start reading them, then I know what they are for the SEGA Genesis. So, what do I think about this? Well, here's the thing. I do understand that GameStop wants to expand their library, and that's great. However, a lot of gamers who are hardcore gamers, who have a passion in gaming, might not see this as any value. Why is that? Because when you trade something in with GameStop, I feel that you don't even get much coming back. I mean, let's say you bought a $40 game, you played it, great, and then you decided to trade it in, and to GameStop, they'll see it worth as, I don't know, 10 or 20 bucks. So basically, you're not going to get a lot by trading in games with GameStop. I have never done it before, and I won't be doing that, because if I have to get rid of a game, I would sell it myself at my own price, at what I think is still worth. Otherwise, I just keep the game, and that's what I do most of the time, is just keep all of my games. I have a relative who did, trade in or sold a lot of games to GameStop, and some of the games were actually games that I liked playing, and let's just say I wasn't too happy that he got rid of those games. But that's a side note. And he traded in those games. Not even traded in, he sold those games, and then he showed me the receipt. All he got back was 27 bucks, and those were I can't remember the exact amount. I believe it was 10 or 8 games. So for those many games, and I guess it depends on the age of the games themselves, you are not getting your money's worth by letting GameStop take it and buy it from you. And you could trade in a game to get a discount on a new game, fine. But me personally, whether you're doing this with GameStop or EB Games, it's not even worth it. I don't even know about Best Buy, because I heard Best Buy started doing game trade-ins recently, or not recently, but they did it before. But I don't know how their system works. But I will say that GameStop, I don't know too much about EB Games, but I have to assume that they're both similar. Don't do it. If you want to sell a game or you want to sell your console, try to sell it somewhere online. You know, do it through Amazon or eBay. If you're doing it on eBay and you want to put it out for auction, be careful. I don't suggest doing it through auction. I suggest you just sell it at a price you're going to put it on, and then that's it. Because you're going to get more value with your stuff versus doing it through GameStop. So, for those of you that still trade in games with GameStop or EB Games, well, leave a comment down below if you don't mind answering this. Why do you do it anyway? Do you feel like you're getting a bang for your buck if you're going to sell your games to GameStop? You know, if you can, you know, I appreciate that you guys would answer honestly, because I just want to see how many people are still doing this and why they're doing this, where they could be selling it for what they think is worth versus trying to... I never did a trade-in process before. I think GameStop just names their price and that's it, unless if you guys try to negotiate. I don't know, but all I know is their trade-in system is not worth it, and I'm telling you guys, do not do it. Even if you have the old consoles like the GameStop is doing recently, they're basically trying to take your console and then trying to sell it at a higher price. That's how I see it. Like, let's say if you only get... I'm going to make this up. You trade in a Nintendo 64 and GameStop is only giving you 65 cents because the console is very old and it's not the modern console. And now when they try to sell it, they're probably trying to sell it for like $1.50 maybe. So they're basically cheating you on your old consoles that you would like or know has a lot of value. Now, I don't know if that's true 100%, because if there's something that's highly valuable, it's going to be worth a lot after so many years. Kind of like the iPhone first generation, for example. You look on eBay, you're trying to buy that thing brand new. Yeah, there are some places where they'll charge you like a few $1,000s for that iPhone first generation, whereas compared to when Apple first announced it and first started selling it, the thing was like $600 or $500, and you pay $600 or $500 back then. I can't remember the exact price. I believe it was something around that. And now you want a brand new iPhone first generation in 2015. Good luck, and good luck on trying to spend $1,000 for a brand new iPhone first generation. So that's where I'm coming from. So that's all I have to say. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Link to this article will be in the description below. Definitely check it out. And if you have your old console lying around, are you going to trade it in or are you going to keep it? I'm assuming that most people who are watching this video are hardcore gamers who have almost every console out there and are going to be like, nah, no way, not going to get rid of it. So, not even get rid of it on eBay or Amazon. You guys are basically wanting to keep this for the rest of your lives. That's what I'm assuming, but I'm going to wait to find out to see what you guys have to say. So, thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe, rate, comment, and check out the description below for my social media links, Twitter and Instagram. I will see you guys in the next one. Take care.